It was all me.
Alright, here we go. The race has started. I think Rhex's timer may be a bit behind.
Yeah, a little bit. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, so the first thing that we do is we have to complete the prologue for Tressa. Every character, when you start with them, and optionally when you pick them up, has a prologue that introduces the character. Tressa's has, and each of them involves using the character's unique path action, overworld path action. Tressa's is that you can buy stuff from people in the overworld, which, as we're doing Tressa's story, we will be doing a lot of.
Yep. And also during the prologue, you buy the wolf's bow for Tressa. Just it gives her a bit more kick for the first boss.
Elemental attack is the easiest for us to quickly increase with weapons, and it's quite useful because, well, doing damage is how you kill things, I guess.
Whoa, revolutionary stuff right there. But yeah, here we go, off to the Caves of Maya. See what their encounter luck is like on this little stretch.
So, do you want to explain the battle system?
Sure. Well, first of all, they always run into this same encounter. The first one's always a bird, and Murmilio, he ran away immediately. You can try and do that, and it saves a bit of time if you can pull that off. But what you can do is that you can exploit the enemy's weak points, and you can break them, and then it's guaranteed that you run away, which is what Rhex did. So Murmilio's got 2 first-turn fleas, which is pretty nice for him. But he did get 3 encounters along the way to here. I believe you can get away with 2, right?
Yeah, two is the minimum on the path to the Caves of Maya. It's like even with a perfect line, it's pretty much a 50-50 what you get, whether you get 2 or 3.
Yeah, it looks like they both got 3 encounters, but at least these guys, they're not going to kill you or anything. We'll save that for the later encounters. Cad knows all about that one anyway.
I mean, even if you get a double encounter, you can't break them, so you have to just try and flee. And if the game just doesn't let you flee, then, well, you're going to be taking damage, so you can die. I've died on the path to Maya before.
Oh well, dang. I stand corrected, I guess. I'm glad we didn't see that happen anyway.
Yeah, it's super rare because it requires getting a bad encounter and then bad luck. So it's bad luck squared.
You'll see these guys. You'll see these guys take out a pirate here. Gives them a bit more JP and experience and money, but JP is the main one, I think. JP is how it stands for job points, and it's how you learn skills. And you don't learn any skills before this boss, but it's definitely important to reach the 30 JP threshold before the second boss of the game.
JP is one of the 2 things that we really have to pay attention to in the route, and basically what the early routes changes were around is routing both JP and what we spend it on, because the skills that JP gives you are what allow you to do a large amount of control over these battles. Especially Tressa, being a merchant, can pay people to do the fight for her. And that's completely level independent. That's why we can play the game fast. Every single route, every character in this game picks up Tressa because hired help is just that good.
Yeah, it is an incredible ability. I always think it's quite funny how how the very first boss battle in this game takes the largest number of turns out of any out of any boss battle. You feel like it shouldn't work that way, but just because of those skills we're talking about and how powerful they are, you don't really have any of those at the beginning, so it just takes you a while to take out this first boss.
Interestingly, back in the demo days, we did. Ooh, that was close on RX.
Goodness me, yeah, he almost died there.
Yeah, back in the demo days when we were doing single character chapter 1s because that's all we could do. We started with getting hired help before Mick and Mac, and then using that, and you can kill them in one turn with that. But as it turns out, it's faster just to not bother. Interesting that Rhex decided to go for a collect. I want to say that strategy before.
Yeah, it was. He might have only used one healing grape and wasn't entirely sure how to spend the next turn.
That would explain it. But it looks like Murm's out of chapter 1 and is on what my least favorite stretch.
Yeah. But so yeah, neither of them died. You can die in that first fight if if you're feeling a bit risky and you just you play it a bit loose with the heals. But they were both fine. Rhex had a close call, but yeah, they both got out all right.
Both Mick and Mac can decide to do like 70 damage to you in one attack, and then if you've got 4 attacks in between 2 of your actions, you're pretty much, and then they can just basically decide to kill you. So it's super rare, but it happens. As everything in this game, it happens. So we're on the way to Atlaston to pick up our second member, and on the way there, we just basically have to run away from everything because there's no real reason to kill anything, and this stretch of the game has a high deviation. Maybe you should practice it.
Yeah, like you, yeah, like you do need JP on Tressa, like we said earlier, but it's more efficient to wait until you have Cyrus in your party before you start grinding JP, because you also need JP on Cyrus for a very crucial support skill that we'll be getting to after we beat his first chapter.
I like, not even, and then even in that point, all of the encounters out here are trash in terms of JP, especially when you've only got one person. And the inner ring encounters get more dangerous and have more enemies the more people that you have recruited. And so when you're all on your own, it's just trash for JP. Yeah, Murm picking up Cyrus and moving on to the second boss. Rhex having a lot worse encounter luck. Pulling up. Doing his best to move quickly.
Yeah, he's just, he's taking pretty safe, breaking when he can so that he doesn't die. You do autosave when you transition between screens, so even if you did die to one of these encounters, like, it would be bad, but it wouldn't be catastrophically bad.
Like, each death is around a minute of time loss, and that's in the average case, but still, a minute is a whole minute that you've just gone back in time. So we like to not lose time. We like to go quickly.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
We see here Murm getting the slightly worse encounter. You can still take it out in 2 rounds, but it gives 4 JP instead of 5. But since we killed the pirate in Tressa's chapter 1, we now hit 30 JP, and Tressa is able to learn hired help. The reason that the speedrun works. Well, one of 2 reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen the other reason like a little bit. We've seen like a few. We've seen one soulstone used, but that was a baby soulstone. We're seeing much bigger ones for a lot of the other boss fights.
And here we see an M.
Yeah.
And we deal 1,500 damage to the second boss in the game, just point blank. So you can see where large soulstones are useful. They are flat damage, so you don't have to worry about. Okay, I was worried there for a second. I was like, "What are you doing, Murm?"
Yeah, he nearly got the wrong hired help there. Would not have done enough damage to take Russell out, but he corrected his mistake, and you know, it was all good in the end.
I didn't catch it. Did Murm get the collect there?
He did get the collect. Yes, the collect is I think around 50-50, and
yeah.
And just because you have a spare turn, you might as well just go for it. And he should basically be good on. He shouldn't have to worry about money for the rest of the game now. Basically, you just need like a little bit of extra cash, from my understanding of this route, and you can just go through properly.
So I guess the other thing we want to talk about is passives. So Tressa's passive is that every time she transitions between screens that you can have encounters, you pick up money that depends on both the danger level of the area and how far you've traveled. And so, based on the fact that Tressa's in our party from the beginning and we've got a lot of movement to do, it builds up quickly, and that's a lot of money that you just end up collecting over the run, and we're left with that one collect worth of money we need to make up somewhere.
It's a pretty decent encounter that Murm got there. He gives a fair bit of JP just in case he doesn't get a great Whistlewoods encounter.
I mean, you'd kind of prefer to skip that encounter because...
Well, of course, I mean, but it was there, so, you know, and Tressa was going first, so it doesn't take too much time to take it out.
And here we see an okay but still kind of trash encounter.
So he's going, instead of using bandits, he's gonna soulstone and then take it out with
interesting use of the RNG small soulstone drop.
Yeah, I mean, it saves you a bit of cash.
Yeah.
So
saving cash is important because you can easily spend too much and then be short at the final boss and have to run around collecting money.
Oh, that's a really good encounter.
That's a really good encounter, and then not surprised. So.
Yeah, I mean, so it turns out he didn't need any of those those other ones to get the JP he needed. Bugs give you a lot of JP. Now he has more than enough to learn 2 skills on Cyrus, and then that'll give him the evasive maneuvers support skill, which will massively reduce his encounter rate.
I believe you can get around 1.5 times as far on each screen. Or is it 2 times? No, it's 2 times, sorry.
It's like, it might even be more than 2 times, to be honest. I think well, I mean, but what we're saying basically is that when you go through any of these screens, you would hope to not get an encounter. That is how much of a difference evasive maneuvers makes. And
so Rhex is just behind due to miscellaneous bad luck and just slower menus.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to he didn't want to take those frogs out just because they give such little JP.
So I guess now's a good time to mention how encounter lock works. Basically, every time you enter a new screen that has a danger level, you're given effectively a random distance that you can travel between some low end and some high ends. And then as soon as you've traveled that far, you get an encounter. And so the route is basically finding how far we can get and going there and getting between places without encounters.
That's
Unfortunate on
unlucky on
Rhex,
Rhex.
though.
Yeah, he got surprised by these enemies, so he. Oh man, it's not looking good for him. I think he's definitely dead. But unfortunately, he's gonna have to reload his autosave and try again. This would have been a good encounter too.
Yeah. But it's time for Murm to start the Great Detour. Or really not so much a detour, because we're headed to some place that we need to head to eventually, so...
The failed scrutinize. So, but it's not a big deal. It's 70%. It would be pretty terrible luck if you failed that like all 5 times and had to restore your reputation in the tavern. But pretty rare for that to take place. He got
Looks like
Rhex
Rhex
got the
gets...
same encounter. This time, he doesn't get surprised, so it's all good.
Yep, Rhex has got the JP that he needs for evasive maneuvers, so now he can start running around. The screen that Murm's on, you can make it through without an encounter, but it's uncommon. It's super common to end up in this encounter. It's just the way that luck works. Oh, and for the chat's benefit, yes, everyone ends up saying yes to a prologue at some point. I realize that everyone chatting here has done so, but... but...
Man. I don't know. It's not as easy a mistake to make as you might think, because you have to press down to say no when the prompt comes up. So you'd have to press up and then A in order to get the prologue. So I don't know. I haven't done it, but then I haven't done loads of runs. So you know, I'm sure my time will come.
I'm sure the moment that you do some all first chapter runs or something like that, where you have to pick up a bunch of people quickly, you will end up listening to a prologue. Alright, so Murm has now picked up the Warrior Shrine. So, you want to explain how sub-jobs work?
Yeah, basically, these characters, they have their main job. So Tressa has Merchant and Cyrus has Scholar. You can also pick up, you can also go to these shrines and basically get these jobs that you can equip as your secondary job. So normally Ulbrich is the guy who has the warrior class, but you can pick it up in the Shrine of the Thunderblade and basically make any one of your characters warrior in addition to their main job. So you do that in this run in order to basically get access to some nice skills useful for taking out bosses. 1,000 Spears is nice for being able to hit a boss's weak point a bunch of times so you can break them. Insight is basically required on the final boss fight to draw enemy attacks to you.
And now the Felgen shall give us the power to pay other people to do our work for us.
Yeah, we already have Tressa as merchant, but you know, what's better than one merchant? 2 merchants.
You can blow through cash so quickly, but you can do so much damage without caring what level you are.
Yeah, it is absolutely worth it for a speedrun.
I know the all main stories route, I believe, grabs one of the secret sub-jobs and spends like literally 200,000 leaves to win that battle.
Wow. Yeah, leaves being this game's currency.
So now that we've collected the 2 sub-jobs that we're gonna need, we're on our way to... We take a pit stop in Goldshore to grab a free large soulstone, and we're on our way to Grandport, which is actually where Tressa's Chapter 4 is, which is convenient, because on the way there we can grab a whole bunch of large soulstones, which we'll use on the Chapter 2 and 3 bosses.
Yep, this is basically...
And actually we'll use it on the final Chapter 1 boss, which makes it absolutely trivial.
Yeah, these are basically areas where if you're if you were playing casually, you wouldn't come here until way later on in the game. But the power of evasive maneuvers means that you can just you can come to these areas. Ooh, Murmilio gets an encounter on just before the save point. Well, you know about this, don't you, Cad?
He didn't even do the risky strat.
No, he didn't even go for the Soulstone chest because he'd already picked up the one in Rippletide and the one in Goldshore. But yep, that's what can happen if you get unlucky. Just get wrecked by super high level monsters.
And you just normally would not be here yet, and that's what's the danger level here? Something like 40?
45 or something. I don't know. Something.
That's approximately the expected
something.
level that you're to be at.
Yeah, he's like level. I can't even read that. It's too small on my screen.
8, I believe.
Level 8. Okay. He's
and
level
only
8.
2 people as opposed to a full party of 4.
Yeah. But he made it this time, and so he saves and reload. Save that. Reset that encounter RNG.
Yeah, what happens is every time you load the room from a save or moving to a new room with a new danger level, you basically restart your how far you can go. You get assigned a new distance that you can travel. So by reloading the save, you can get further in the room.
So you're gonna go here, immediately leave because he's just setting his warp point here. Just so he can grab a few more stuff in a high level optional dungeon. If you didn't do this, you basically couldn't get the stuff in here without and come out without getting an encounter, and you would probably die horribly.
You can make it to the Soulstone and back out, but if you want to grab this money that we're going to grab from the second chest, you need to warp out. Otherwise, you will get an encounter, and at this level, you will die.
just surprise the encounter and run away. Easy every time. But actually, it might. I don't know if it would even be faster anyway, because there's extra movement involved in doing all that as well.
It probably comes out about even. If you were to do the save reload, then it would come out about even. So now we go on a shopping trip.
Yep, you can see there's lots of stalls, and Tressa's just rubbing her hands together like, yes, this is what I was born to do. And you're buying all these soul stones, all these pomegranates that help that give you lots of boost points in battle. It's
Rhex ends up with which oh no,
the Goldshore encounter, but he's
gonna use up a soul stone. He wasn't surprised by it like I was.
Yeah, that's fine. He can pick up the.
Yeah, he'll probably just pick up this soul stone right here below the screen transition and then reload the room.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, or he might do CAD strats and not reload the room. No, he's doing the sensible thing. Never mind.
He solved my race, I think. All right, so Murm is picking up Haunted, our third member now.
There's been some interesting discussions going on in the Discord about other possible third characters for this run. We've heard tell of like some Ulbrich speedruns where you don't get Warrior Shrine because I touched on this earlier, Ulbrich is already a warrior.
I think there's even a strat that doesn't get Cyrus and instead gets the Scholar sub-job, which comes out to be about even. It's surprising how many different things you can do here. Unfortunately, Murm gets an extra encounter here, but really not that bad. You can run away pretty easily.
Yeah,
only one step from the screen transition, though.
It never feels great when that happens. But you saw he broke one of them there. I don't actually know how much that increases your chance to flee by, but it helps. It helps, and he was able to run away.
It definitely helps. And we don't have any solid numbers for most of this game, just because it's a new game. And it's not like we have access to the code, and it doesn't tell us, so everything's experimental. So this is actually a pretty decent turn order. By having Tressa before Gazarma here, you can use hired help mercenaries, right?
Yeah.
And that gives you the defense boost. So now Hanet has survived and did not break Gazarma, left him with one shield. That's scary.
Yeah, Hanet would probably have died by the looks of things without a defense boost, so good thing he's able to pull that off.
This was a perfect Gazarma fight.
Really nice, yeah, no deaths. He's gonna... Yeah, it's just going all exactly to plan. Do a bunch of downs with a few soul stones and bandits.
And just spamming soul stones. And failed to collect. That would have been super nice too.
I mean, I don't really think he needed to.
He didn't need it, but that would have given him a very comfortable amount of wiggle room. Rhex is on the shopping trip now. Interesting that he's buying everything in reverse order from what Murm did.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
I think it's like maybe like less than a second faster to buy the soul stones first. But that's Murm done with the third character and on the way to grab the fourth. So Hanet is important because she comes pre-equipped with the Rain of Arrows skill, which is another multi-hit move, which allows us to really burst down the shields on various bosses. And that's why we grabbed the warrior sub-job.
More encounters.
But our fourth character is extra special. Because, again, like Tressa's passive skill is that she picks up money. Our fourth character, Therion's passive skill, is that they are the only one who can open purple chests. And those often have really good items in them that we can either sell for money or use. I believe we opened 2 in this route. One of which we use and one of which we sell for money.
Yeah, I think these passive skills are called talents, but I don't think anyone actually calls them that in the speedrunning thing. If you told them, like, if you said, like, oh, this guy's talent is to do this, they're like, well, what the heck is this guy talking about? It's like, what is a talent? I don't understand. But
like the only bit of in-game terminology that we've actually managed to use properly is stories rather than quests.
We've got path action down as well. I think that one's worked its way into the lexicon. Maybe talent is next.
I love the fact that turn can mean literally anything. When you're talking about in turn, that can be like one character's action, such as like when you're discussing turn order, or it can be the whole round of everybody moving. So you've got your turn order, and then you've got your turn in which everyone takes their turn.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like Murm's opting for reloading the autosave here. Interestingly, because these two screens have the same name and the same danger level, the encounter distance doesn't reset between them. So if you want to reset, you need to take a reload. Which is what I think, 2 seconds slower than just getting the first turn complete.
I think it's, yeah, like, maybe a little more. I think maybe it might be closer to 5 seconds, but
it's faster than literally anything else, though.
Yeah. Well,
looks
like
Rhex
with the
having an interesting time fighting Gazarma here. Interesting choice. But here we see exactly how trivial the large soulstone makes Heathcote.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, 2 soul stones and he's dead. And you just gotta make sure that one of them hits one of his weaknesses, and that's him down. That's the power of getting these powerful items that you wouldn't normally have access to.
Murm's now officially 1 chapter ahead of Rhex. Oh, and yeah, leaves. That's the other bit of in-game terminology that we actually use.
So I think Rhex messed up a little bit because I feel like he broke a bit. He broke like at the end of the turn, and if you do that, the enemies get the enemies they don't get stunned for as long because they get broken for 2 turns, including the one that you break them on.
I think he used an M before breaking Disarma as well, which is scary.
Yeah, he doesn't have any Soulstone M's left, and 2 of his party members are dead. It's not looking great for him right now.
I think he can save it, but it's gonna be slow. And that's not good. The counterattack stands.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to like... I don't think that's gonna work.
No,
it does work. Never mind, he's alright. He's alright. Phew.
We're alright, but...
I was a bit scared about that one, but it worked
a bit
out.
sketchy, but it worked out.
It's fine, it's fine. Hanet didn't get any experience, but or JP. But it's not crucial on Han. Well, I say that. No, it is a helpful. No, actually, never mind. I tell a lie because this is the character you give Merchant to. So you do want JP on Han. He didn't need to. He didn't need to revive her though, because you get fully healed when you start someone's chapter 1. It doesn't work for other chapters, but for chapter 1 you get
something about the way that, because you can listen to the prologue. Something about the way that the game sets aside your other characters just fully heals them. But now Murm has entered chapter 2.
Yep, it's been half an hour and we're finally getting to Tressa's second chapter after 4, but it really just,
At this point it's just do bosses and...
Yeah, we're just going at a breakneck pace from here, just like rushing to the end of the game.
But yeah, now Tressa gets to use her profession a bit and do some buying and selling. Interestingly, you come out exactly even after this chapter's buying and selling. Because you buy one thing for 500 and sell it for 1500. Amazing profit. Then you buy 3 things for 500 and get out merchant and only make a 500 profit. So you break even.
Yeah, you're losing your edge.
But you end up making a friend, so I guess that's what counts, right?
You've already made it to Grandport before this, scrub. I mean, what you're doing losing to this guy?
I beat you to Grandport.
Yeah, it's like he talks to you about like the merchant's fair in Grandport, and you're like, oh, I've already been there. I bought all this stuff from it. It's like, I don't know. It feels like it should give you an edge, but I guess not.
Greenhorn, green pea, right?
Green pea. He's just a mean pea.
Okay, so what's this screen gonna do? The screen was nice. The road to Morlock's Manse was nice. That screen is a 50-50 at best to get through without an encounter.
Yeah, like not a huge deal if he gets one, because
I think he's got the L to toss at it.
Yeah, you get like safety soul stones for this kind of case.
But he's gonna reload here. Interesting. If you've got the L, I would have used it myself. But I think we worked out that if you come here with an extra L, and I think we worked out as like a second faster to do the reload.
It's like, and you could get surprised in here as well, and it could be a bad time. It's like there's not really much reason to risk it. You don't need the experience or JP or anything from the encounter you get here.
Yeah, it looks like Murm ended up with enough JP to give Cyrus both warrior skills, which is really what you care about. Also, I think Murm skipped learning what is it? The leg hold trap on Hanet. So we may see some RNG on the final boss. Okay, this is risky.
Oh, yeah.
No violent slash. It worked.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, if you use one large soul stone on those little guys, they can use their they can feel like, oh man, I've taken a lot of damage. I'm going to use this powerful attack on and then do loads of damage to everybody. But they decided not to do that.
Went for a gamble there, trying to get a large 1,000 spears. Didn't get it, so we're actually gonna beat Omar with. Okay, we're gonna revive Haunted so Haunted can get the JP, I guess. Or wait, that's only 2 BP. That's not gonna be enough damage.
Well, maybe he'll use a large soul stone or something. I don't know.
No, Alright, we needed to revive someone in order to use the M. This is gonna be sketchy.
I don't know. I don't know enough about this fight, but
normally you would use a 4x, and then that 4x hired help veterans with armor corrosive and an M would kill Omar. Well, it looks like we're gonna be doing on the fly routing here. This is gonna give Rhex some time to catch up, assuming stuff goes alright for Rhex. This is also gonna be interesting money-wise for Murm if he ends up using another hired help for the damage. Okay, looks like he's using 3k. Not gonna be quite enough to kill.
Jeez. I don't know, I feel like we were saying about how he didn't run into any of his encounters, didn't have to use a Soul Stone L. You feel like this might have
Poison kill!
This might have been a decent opportunity to do that because he was in a bit of a pinch, but I mean he got through the fight at any rate.
Got through. That's like each boost that you put on hired help does like so much more damage. But hey, we made it through. Didn't die, did not go back in time, so... Literally nobody else calls it back in time, but I love that. I love calling it back in time.
Back in time? What is this, Twilight Princess?
I mean, that's exactly what happens, it's just not useful.
Maybe he did it for the swag, you know, the poison kill.
Sure, let's go with that. That's gonna mean he's got some money to make up, though. I wonder if he's gonna grab the olive to make up that money, or if he thinks he's got enough extra money.
Well, I mean, yeah, the olive is well, no, he'd have to go into the Hunter Shrine for that. I think it's quite a that's a bit of an investment.
Actually, grabbing the Olive Life is the key reason why Murmilio's current world record is very beatable. Because he didn't need to grab it at all. It was just pointless time spent.
It's very beatable. Nobody's gotten a 46 yet, so...
I say that, but then you also have a lot of RNG, and we've just been adding more RNG into the run to make it even faster, so...
I like how was it you who said that at one point that you couldn't see this run going under an hour?
Yeah, back when we were initially routing it, I did not see how this run was going to go under an hour. I had the first run, and it was what, like an hour and a half? I thought an hour was going to be the goal time. But then
we've cut it in half since then, basically, pretty much.
I also remember everyone saying back in the demo days that hired help wasn't going to scale. But then bosses...
I mean, well, it doesn't scale. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't scale. It's just when you can
does masses of damage all the time.
when you can afford to pay for it and use 4 hired helps in up to 4 hired helps in one break, it does tons of damage. But yeah, that was the key improvement over not thinking we were going to be sub-hour, was in fact using hired help to do the final boss even faster.
What were the strats? So what were the strats? You know, when it was like an hour and a half, did you not use hired help at all then?
We did use hired help, but what happened was that we couldn't use it fast enough, and so what we did was we gave everyone the third merchant passive of Hang Tough, so that way they couldn't die.
Oh, I see, okay. So you had to grind a bit for that.
Specifically, we used Hang Tough and 2 covers, and so that way the 2 attacks that Esme gets the first turn couldn't kill anyone.
Okay.
And then we came up with the strat of then we came up with the best strat ever of just using cover and then a lot of health to make one person take both attacks and live, make Alphen fast again. And then we came up with the current strat of just don't get attacked.
Just don't get hit. Yeah, easy. Rip, I guess. Okay, well, last I saw, Rhex seemed to have a pretty decent turn order because he was able to use 2 soul stones without getting violent slash.
All right. We promised nobody was using speed hacks.
Well, he's Omar's broken. I am gonna assume that's a good sign, and he's on track.
Yep, just needs to. Yep, this is actually going to be I think the perfect with no donate VP fight, because killing Omar on first attack, third round.
There we go. Easy. Speaking of easy, this tiger should not actually get an attack off at all. That's basically how this fight generally goes.
Like the only thing that can go wrong in this fight is you get super lucky and get 6 hits with Rain of Arrows on the first turn, and then break Tiger on the first round. And then you're just done for. But otherwise, because the Tiger doesn't do anything the first turn, is just sort of prepping. We don't need. we don't care. We just kill him.
You should have used your turns more wisely, Tiger.
Like, honestly, if you just used sweep on turn 1, we would be dead, and we'd have to use completely different strats, and we'd have to actually level up.
No, but he's like, now, first of all, I'm gonna make sure that my claws are good and poisonous. Then I'm gonna, you know, speed myself up a bit. Oh wait, I've already used all my turns. I'm literally dead.
Rip. Also, because we even have spare time, we get a steal and a collect off the Tiger, so we can make just a little bit more money.
Flippin' collect off the Tiger, just...
Yeah, you can't steal from the bodyguard to the rich person, but you can steal from the Tiger. Oh, so that's how Murm's gonna make up the money. He's gonna do this quest here.
Yeah, the side quests in general are... You generally avoid them because they're often quite long. But that one literally just involves talking to one, like scrutinizing one person, then talking to someone else. So it's pretty quick.
And it gives a very large reward for what it's worth. It's around like 6,000 leaves. So
yeah, he's more than fine at this point.
So that's chapter 3 done. I'm gonna learn like Hold Trap for the final boss to make it a little bit safer. And Rhex entering chapter 3 now. Actually going to go ahead and cash in on the quest right now. But Murm's en route to make a sub 50. If everything goes right in this final chapter.
It's just
so the goal here, yeah, we need 90,000 lead. Or specifically 88,000, and then the rest Tressa can pick up on the way to the final boss. But we've got 90,000, so now we can afford to pay off the final boss.
Yep, he is absolutely fine on cash.
If only we could just pay Esme to leave us alone.
Where's the fun in that?
I mean, that's basically what we do. It's just more RNG.
Okay, well, I suppose in a less direct way, I guess.
What is Esme's deal though? Like, why does she want the diary? Does the game even bother telling us?
Well, maybe it does in the post game stuff, which I haven't done. I don't know.
I've also only like completed 2 chapter 4s, so I'm probably the wrong person to ask.
Meanwhile, Rhex is getting destroyed by this encounter. So
Super unfortunate.
That's fun.
That's another one of the encounters that's rare, but you just have to live with. Sometimes the game says, no, you're gonna lose a minute. Meanwhile, Murm has had not perfect, but really good luck. Definitely anything sub 50, especially in no reset, is a good time. With a little trademark.
You're just trying really hard to jinx this man, aren't you? Like, oh yeah, sub 50, it's in the bag, kind of thing. He still does have the final boss to go, but she's generally all right. To be fair.
Not a complete pushover, and especially with Leg Hold Trap, you can win most scenarios, but going fast versus having to play it by ear is literally one RNG. Who's first? And it looks like we can go fast. Oh,
Rhex,
looks like
Rhex gets another
we're
encounter, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so
looks like we're going for... And Murm gets the fast kill.
Yep, that's what you want. You want to be able to just break Esmeralda instantly before she can attack you. And Cyrus moved before her, so he was able to pull that one off. So now the fight should basically, be done.
There's technically one more spot where things can go wrong, but so Esmeralda, she wakes back up and gets an attack here, but because we have Insight, all 5 of those attacks are swinging at Cyrus, whereas if you don't use Insight, it'll knock out all 5 of your players, or, well, 4, I suppose.
Yeah, so no, we don't need Cyrus alive for any reason, so just break Esmeralda again.
And then just murder her.
Pay buff soldiers a few more leaves.
And then just borrow some money from her to pay off the final round of people to kill her.
It's just the ultimate insult to injury. Just I'm gonna kill you with money I just took from your pocket.
Thank you. Is Rhex gonna make it through this screen this time? He made it through the screen.
Good stuff. Well, I mean, it was the Forest of No Return screen. He didn't make it through. He was able to get through there. You can still get an encounter in here if you're unlucky. He's going to take the safety save there.
I mean, you have to reset here.
Oh, that's the. Oh, okay. So the other one's the safety save at the very end. Okay,
yeah, right before Tiger. But that's Murmilio done.
All right. GG. 48-48. Very, very nice looking time there.
But honestly, Murm's not doing too bad. I mean, Rhex isn't doing too bad. He's except for that encounter.
Encounters.
He's this chapter has not been nice to Rhex.
Yeah, I mean, some of his movement's been a bit wide, but I think this one was just bad luck. Like he's been getting bad luck, as Yeah, he's been getting unlucky in a lot of these cases as well, though. Just want to say, I believe Jello still has the best time in the tournament, and he scrutinized the good dog. I'm not saying that that's the answer, but I'm saying that's the answer.
Good dog shall bless your run. So I guess Jello now has to scrutinize. Oh, come on!
Unless it was a 49-26 instead of a 48-26, I can't. I think it was a 48 though.
I don't know. What's?
I don't know. I can't remember. It was a 40-something 26. It was too long ago.
That's super unfortunate for Rhex, though.
Yeah, he's just getting destroyed right now. Come on, Rhex.
Come on, you can do it this time. You can make it to the save this time.
Alright, he's gonna, he's take the save just in case.
Definitely after dying.
Just in case.
I definitely take the save.
Okay then, yeah. he may well die here, but he took the save, so he can just reload that.
Has anyone done the actual timing to see whether a quick death, how a quick death compares to a actual quit and load?
I don't know.
My intuition.
I can't imagine it would be faster though.
My intuition says that if you die on the first attack, like the first attack is a magic that hits everyone, and it's like and it's immediate, I think that's faster than quitting. Because you've got a lot of menu to get through, and then the load is faster. But
maybe.
Hey, now we get to see Tiger be completely useless again.
You say that. Just don't get the 6-hit rain of arrows and you're fine.
I say that having died to Tiger in my tournament match because I forgot to learn hired help on Hanet. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one way you can mess up, just by forgetting to teach the right skills. But I think Rhex taught everything he needed to teach.
Yeah, Rhex has got everything he needs. It's just a matter of execution at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it looks dangerous when you get all his misses, but 1,000 spears and rain of arrows are guaranteed to hit 3 times minimum.
I think it's 3 to 6 hits on 3 to 8 attacks, I think. And then basically it's a coin flip. We don't know the exact chances, but we believe it's a 50-50 chance to add an attack up to the 6th attack.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea of any of that. I just, like, it hits minimum 3 times, you get a slightly better chance when you boost to hit more times. That's,
I'm not even...
That's all you really need to know for the purposes of...
Like, we're not even certain if boosting affects the hit chance. At this point, it's just superstition. But hey, Tiger went down again.
Yep.
If you look at Murm's credits, it's super empty. That's because every boss kill shows up behind the credits. And if you've played the game properly and done every single chapter, then the credits are super lively and you get to relive your adventure. But seeing as we killed 7 bosses,
yeah,
it's pretty empty.
Yeah, you could have killed 32 bosses at this point that you could see through the credits, but you're not going to do that in this kind of speedrun environment.
I wonder, do the shrine bosses show up in the credits? They definitely should, because those are bigger deals than the Chapter 4 bosses in terms of battle difficulty.
Well, I don't think I beat them before, like my casual run before the credits, but I want to say no. I don't think it would make sense. I think it would just be the chapter bosses. I want to say, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. I suppose.
I know in my casual games credits, I got to see some not actual boss kills, but like key points from Tressa's story. Like talking to Captain Leon.
Yeah, well, that pesky plot that we skipped through in the speedrun.
So nice that the game allows you to just hold B and skip cutscenes, and it would be 3 times as long if you had to mash through cutscenes.
Dude, I run Pokemon games, and that would be such a nice feature in those. But you just gotta mash through all these cutscenes. Ah, man, I'm sorry, I get a little mad just thinking about it. To be honest.
Honestly, I think the
Let me
cutscene skip is
hold
why I
B.
ended up actually running this game. It's weird. I say I don't like to run RPGs, and then like every single game that I've actually spent time running has been an RPG.
This is just what runners say, like, oh, I hate this game, but I'm just going to keep running it for like several months because I hate it so much.
The thing is, when you really like a game, you know all of its flaws.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
Especially when you play it a lot. Interesting that Rhex isn't picking up the Shadow Soulstone that people usually pick up here. Does he have an extra Soulstone to use on Esme if he needs it, or is he just hoping he won't need it?
I'm not sure. But like after all the encounters he got in the Forgotten Grotto, he probably just doesn't want to take extra steps when he doesn't have to.
I mean, he could still get sub-hour if Esme goes right. It would be close, but it's possible.
Oh. Okay, so he's.
Oh, I
Well,
would have saved again and reloaded personally, but
Yeah, he's gonna have to do that again if he wants that gold trap.
he'd be better.
Unless he
remember
flees,
to-
then I didn't play. Okay.
I mean, I have seen it happen, but it's super rare to flee from these. And can see on Murm's screen, there is a little bit of story after the credits. So you may ask, why isn't that in the timer? Why don't we stop time on the fin screen? And the simple answer is we don't want to bother timing the credits. That's pointless.
Yeah, the credits are pretty long, and I don't know exactly how long they are, but after the pretty decent pace of these runs, these runs are pretty pacey in general. These single story runs, and it just feels like you have to wait around for a bit too long when you sit through those credits.
But yeah, there's the finish screen. I love this illustration.
Yeah, no, the end screens are really lovely in this game.
But hey, the credits are a nice break for the true final boss category.
Tressa's like, yeah, I beat it in less than 50 minutes, honest.
It's like, so how was your life-changing journey? You were only gone for an hour.
Yeah. Like, it's not even dinner time, mate. You could have stayed out for another hour or two.
Come on, Rhex, you can do it.
Alright, so it looks like it hasn't gone ideally so far. He hasn't quite been able to break her yet, but you know, if he break it, well, Cyrus is going last next turn, which is a bit of a pain. Well, I say that. It's probably not a huge deal.
That's...
Okay, well now he's just getting... Yeah, okay. This is the problem when you give bosses more turns. They start actually using attacks that kill you.
No. Because of... Because of turn order here, this isn't going to work. Because he needs to get armor corrosive off as well. And if he breaks here, he is not going to get armor corrosive. And if Tressa dies, oh no.
Well, there's the break. We'll see what happens.
That hesitation. He knows he's done for.
Yeah, he has like...
He can do it if he breaks a third time.
He has all the boost points he needs on these characters, but he
Well,
needs
he got an endless items procs on the L Soul Stone, so he's gonna have an extra L Soul Stone to work with. But he's gonna end up needing an extra merchant turn to use merchant, so he's gonna have to break a third time. Also, rip sub hour. So, what would you do here? You know you have to break a third time, so at some point you need to revive Cyrus. I think Therian here revives Cyrus. Right now. Revive Cyrus, please.
He's thinking about it. Yep, there it is. There's the revival.
Yeah, and now Tressa defends because she needs to break at the start of next turn.
Yeah, she can just... Yeah, she could just use her bow next turn. Not this turn.
Or actually...
Is it okay if she does this turn?
That's not a horrible choice, actually. Because he's gonna have to break again, he might as well...
Enough, okay.
He might as well get... So now you use Insight.
Does she use 5 strikes again on the...
every time she wakes up, it's 5 strikes.
Okay, well that's good.
And so now you need to collect. You need to get the collect. Though, yeah, definitely that gives you more time to breathe. So spear and I think axe as well. So yeah, revive Cyrus so that you can use 1,000 spears again. And now just whack her with a spear, I guess.
Yeah, he knows that she's weak to spears. I don't know if he knows what else she's weak to when she's shuffled her weaknesses a second time.
YOLO collect fails.
Ah, the failure! Ah!
That would have been helpful. So what is it? I think light. I think axe is the only other physical weakness this time around. So here, just attack with the spear and then break with 1,000 spears, and then you're good. Actually, I can't. Ooh, that's a 4, isn't it?
That's 4, yeah.
Yes!
Ah, you got it. Good stuff.
Tressa needs more BP. Do we have any palms left, or are we done? We have an L. We're good. That endless items earlier saved it. Just insight for safety in case it goes wrong.
Yeah. Don't blame him at all for that.
Boost it. Use all your boost points.
Yeah, he's not gonna. Can't really YOLO collect here.
You want to guarantee this collect. Guarantee the collect. You can kill. Oh.
Can't remember how many veterans he's used.
Wait, has he only used 2 so far?
Yeah, maybe he maybe just hasn't used enough. So.
Yeah, he must have only used 2 so far. Okay, so what's the 4th one? Here again. I believe at this point, if she gets off an attack, you're dead. Okay, so now you can guarantee collect here.
Okay, jeez. This is so scary.
I would have used.
Don't die.
I would have used leg hold trap though, because I think if she attacks, there's a 50-50 of you just losing. So. 5 more hits.
Oh well,
As
there
I
it is.
said.
There it is.
As I said, I was pretty sure that. That's sad.
I
I was so close. Anyway, I just realized Murm's here. He's
here.
He's here, but he's muted himself, so.
But he's muted himself, so yeah. Rhex is gonna have another crack at this. Alright, well Cyrus is before Esmeralda, so...
Hopefully we can just go for the normal strat here.
Yep.
If he knows it. I'm not sure if he knows it, honestly. But, I mean, he's probably gonna go for it. I mean, I think everyone at this point knows it.
Well, I don't know, but only because I run Primrose, so
Hello?
Hello, Murm!
hello.
How's it going?
Not bad. How's it going with you? Yeah.
Pretty good. I think the run was really good besides my Omar.
Also that encounter that killed you in Grand Port Coast.
Yeah. That one wasn't too big a deal because I took a safety soul stone so I wouldn't have to pick up the extra wind in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're pretty rare to get when you don't have to pick up the extra stones, so it wasn't as bad time-wise and risky again either.
It was still unfortunate though, like every screen there has that small chance of just saying, nope, you'll lose a minute, so
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
was
early on
ready.
you had pretty decent encounter luck with just like being able to. You had a few pretty good first turn fleas and all that. So
Yeah. I think early game, after early game, I got pretty lucky with encounters after.
yeah, I think you got like 2 in like the Swaki area. Was that you? I think it was.
Yeah, I got
You. Yeah.
one before Gis and one after. And I think those are my last encounters for the rest of the run.
Didn't you get the good Esme as well?
Yeah, I did. I could have attacked with Tressa, but I saw it and just went for it because I saw my best possible time was still under a 49.
That's a good time, especially for bracket situation.
Yeah.
Anything sub 50 and no reset is really, really good.
Yeah, agreed. I usually if you don't die at all, you could probably almost always get a 47 or a 48 as long as you make no mistakes. But I had that super weird Omar. So Tressa died, but I didn't account for the loss of BP.
Yeah, and then you were
Oh, I
1 BP short, and so you had to make that up somehow. Is that why you picked up the quest money then, I guess?
Yeah, that's because I ended up using dancers. So I used dancers, so that's minus 2,500. And instead of picking up the silent bandana, I skipped it and then just picked up the quest, which is 72, so it makes up for it.
Oh, Rex's timer has gone down to 0. I think he.
I guess that's a forfeit then.
I guess so.
Has he?
I'm
has he
not in the
Yeah,
race channel.
in the race channel, he said he did.
Oh man, he's so close to
You're
finishing.
so
too.
close.
Ah! Ah dear. Oh well. Just got a bit flustered at the end, perhaps.
That killed our music.
Well, there it is. congrats to Murmilio anyway. Someone else was asking in the chat when the next race is, and I don't believe it's been scheduled yet.
Yeah,
but,
it's not been scheduled yet because we were
I
sort
was
of
the last of the round ones.
Yeah, we were waiting for this one to schedule the semifinals. So, but hey,
Yeah.
we can tell you who's made it to the semifinals.
Yep, we got Murmilio will be facing Dahlia in the semifinals, and then the other one is Jello Knife versus Mura. So, yep, look forward to those when they happen. Probably won't be too long. I can't imagine.
They should be sometime
these
in the coming week or so. So
yeah, these races have been going at a pretty good pace. So you know you'll probably see another one at least within the week. I would have thought.
Yeah, I would assume so as well.
all right.
But yeah, I don't know if I have anything to add. I think that's about all I have to say. Happy Halloween, everybody!
And don't forget that there's a Smash Directs tomorrow as well. So get hyped for that. Completely unrelated, but yet not unrelated.
Tressa and Smash.
Tressa for Smash, dude.
Honestly, let's just if I saw Octopath just in the trophies, I would be so happy.
Yeah, but I think
Right.
I'm good as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
And we have a Discord if you want.
Oh yeah, the
more
Discord.
information.
Join the Discord.
Plug the Discord. Plug the Discord.
There it is. Cat saves us. All right. See you later.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.